it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
All right. We are here. Yo, pardon me. That has never happened to me before. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bruh, unreal. SoundCloud.com/chaotic flame. YouTube.com/ at nothing left to do but win. Shout out to my lovely lady for resetting the circuit breakers and getting me back on point. I am here with Man Grizzly. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. G, how you living?
I'm doing all right, man. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back in the building. Just give me 1 second to pull up the battle again,
Do
and
you
we'll get right into
copy that, man?
it. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Hold on, here we go. I got it. I got
Yo, I don't know how.
it.
I don't know how. I don't know how.
All right, we're gonna take this and move it to a new tab. All right, there we go. All right, boom. So I got the battle up. So all right, this is how we'll start this off. Pardon me, I'm a little thrown off because of the disconnect, but would you like to give a brief history of Man Grizzly versus Press? The world is yours.
All right, so Man Grizzly versus Press. Why did it happen? So basically, in Crump, we have a thing. Of course, everybody knows you got. You have fams. Stuff of that nature. When you want to go for the top dog in the fam, so let's say you want to go for my big homie, Big O 07. You want to go for Big O 07, you got to work your way through the fam, unless you're already on that level with said person. So Press had a situation where he wanted to go after Big O 07. I told him, hey man, you gotta go through us first. Press was like, nah, man, I want to go through him. And I'm like, nope, you gotta go through me first. So if that means that you gotta go through me first, then however it gets down, I gotta pull, you'll pull up. So that's what I did. So I came through to New York, pulled up, and I said, let's get these rounds in. So that's what you're seeing right here. I pulled up to New York to Brooklyn on Monday, and we got it banging. So that's how it get down. You know what I'm saying?
All right. There's so many points of this battle that I will be pointing out, but I want to speak about your defense right now. What are we seeing right here? What's going on?
Look, man. And beef battles is like, bro, you better just dance. Don't do nothing crazy. I just want solid buck rounds. You can talk all the smack you want. You can do whatever the case may be. I'm like, bro, get this out of my face. You better dance. I want dancing. I don't want you talking. Like, just dance first. So I was like,
Right.
bro, if you don't get this out of my face.
Yeah, that was great. That's when I saw the energy, and he was even going at your man's right there in the background a little bit. I was like, "What's going on?"
Well, I couldn't tell you on that one actually. I have no reason as to why. We were kind of confused a little bit as to why he did that, but I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. We just gonna turn up afterwards. So I was like, I'm gonna let him have his space, and I'm gonna let him do what he's supposed to do. Because in this case, I'm still gonna respect the rounds. I'm still gonna respect the man. Because at the end of the day, we still dancers. Even if I got beef with you, even if I have an issue, we still two creative people that's gonna share the floor at some point in time. I just got to show you that at this particular point, I'm better than you, and
Uh,
there will be no more debates afterwards.
ah, all right. All right. So let's get into the history of you as a crumper. How
Oh,
did you start? What was your first? I don't know, your first glimpse of crump, your first time you fell in love with it. However, you want to speak to how you started.
all right. So this is the best. So this is fun. So what a lot of people don't know is that I actually saw my first glimpse of crump when I was living in Houston. I was living in Houston, Texas for about 4 or 5 years at the time. So around 2014, 2015, I was going in. I was going out, and I was checking out this spot called YA, which stood for Youth Advocates. So at first I started doing popping. So then one of my boys who I met there, his name is Rock Solid. You know, big ups to my boy Baby Rapture. He had introduced me into Crump, and so that was my first piece of it.
Yeah.
I didn't start really taking it seriously until I moved back to Jersey. And that's when it started taking off. So I've been doing Crump now for 6 years. I say 6 years because, respectfully, I take the time to lab, train, practice, and session, study footage. I take that time, in these last 6 years and really put my, serious effort into it. So that's why I say I'm 6 years in, because technically I would have been about 7 or 8, but we count what you do, how active you are, not just, oh, I'm just, dabbling.
Understood. So that would be 6 years of you taking it seriously, 6 years of labbing, studying, watching, observing, participating,
Yes,
taking trips out here to go battle this guy, battling this guy, huh?
yes, sir. I've been to New York. I've been to Boston. I've been to the Carolinas. I've been to Texas. My next step is to be out in also Connecticut. I forgot. I've been to Connecticut too. Been to Connecticut. My next stop is to go to Cali. I'm trying to go to Canada, and after that, the world is gonna be my oyster.
Understood. Now, you said something earlier in our show about 07. So can you speak to how you became Little 07? I seen 07. That's a bad dude. So when Press jumped in there talking about something, he gonna smoke 07. I said, what is this dude smoking? You know what I'm saying? You are not.
Look. Ironically, I became so my first, so in Krump we have ranks. So my first rank under 07 was actually boy. So I started off as boy 07, and that was maybe about 2 to 3 months into Krump that I became boy 07. And I became that because I went to take one of his classes, and he saw that I was really taking it seriously. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna put you in my fam. And I was like, all right, I appreciate it. And I've just been rocking ever since. So I went from boy 07 to young 07 and now little 07. And what people don't know is that the term little, that is actually an OG rank. So I hold a very high rank in this fam. So that means that if there's anything going on where it's like before the big homie got to step in, first person they gonna see is me. Then if they get past me, then they get to the twin. If they get past twin, then they get to the big homie. But
I'm so happy you broke that down. I'm so happy and this is my favorite part of this entire battle is right here. Literally right here when you begin your second round. Sorry to cut your wisdom, but there was something very special about it. It's like it's almost like you was tired of his stuff. You're like, man, what is this guy do? You're like, man, we'll see. Look, I think it's about to happen. He all on the floor. He doing his thing. Homie's moving. He's mysterious. He got a unique aura to him. He's kind of all over the place. Cool, we get it. I guess that was like the final straw for you. You was like, man, what is this dude? Amazing defense, by the way. And look, right here, same track. Right back at you. Right back at you. I don't know what you're saying, but I feel the movements. I'm so happy, bro.
Because like with Press's style, so Press, he is merging Krump and Flex. So sometimes he has a minute where his material it'll work sometimes, but in that case, I was like, all right, you want to do these arm swings? You got to remember, I'm a lot stronger than you, good sir. So you're gonna feel these arm swings, and you act like I don't have levels. So let me drop down to a level that you understand. Let me use this material that you understand. Let me show you that not only do I understand you, but I'm going to supersede you as I know how. Because again, I'm going to talk my stuff. I'm going to combo. I'm going to be as strong as I can. But at the same token, I'm just like, bruh, you have to remember who I am. I'm just as good as you are, or just as good as anybody else that I'm gonna be, battling. I don't care who you are, because at the end of the day, I could be battling, one of the best people ever. Do I know I may not beat him? I know that, but I'm not gonna pretend as if I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna cower. But in this case, nah, I'm gonna show you. I'm better than you, bro. It is what it is. Oh man.
Yeah. And I must say that this right here, you're ending to your second round with that little step mode. This was just crazy. The whole room could feel it. In fact, I'm gonna turn the audio up on the video for a second. Go back 30 seconds.
God, that's crazy.
This was amazing, bro. This was amazing, man.
Appreciate it. Also, gotta do this. Shout out to my boy Monster Havoc, because that's actually his track. So the dude that was right there behind me, that's his track that he made. So yeah, right there, him, that's his track. So shout out
to
Monster
Havoc right here.
That's Monster Havoc right there, good sir. That was off the track that him and my boy Limit did together. They did a Tekken album called Mishima, and that was a song called Nina. That's why I was so comfortable when he chose that track. I'm like, he really didn't just he chose this. Yeah, I'm already in my bag. I'm comfortable in that song. Like I can sit, read a book, I can go ahead and make a track. I can go ahead and eat and call for dinner. I'm comfortable in that track.
Damn. So you were so when you heard that, you was prepared. You've labbed that song before. You was in tune.
We have sessioned to that song for a grip ever since he put it out. We were like, this is cool. I know this. So I know it front, back, side to side. So I was comfortable. So I would say like that, my second round was probably my favorite
Yeah.
because of how comfortable I felt. And even still, it's like after I've gone back and watched the footage, I was like, I could have done better here. I could have done better there. I had stuff where I'm just sitting here like, man, I didn't use a lot of footwork that I normally use. I didn't use a lot of like, my left arm, I was like, dang, I'm dominant. So for me to really go back and say like, I could have did a lot better, that shows for me. I'm like, that's the growth that is always important, because no matter what happens, it's like you're still a student.
Yeah, I really appreciate that mentality. Now, I just want to ask, being that we were speaking about production, do you dabble in production at all?
Yes, I do. So I also go by Grizzly Beats. If you ever need some tracks, holla at me. However, my main specialty is actually audio engineering and sound design. That is what I graduated from Bloomfield College for. So I have been doing sound design. I have been doing audio engineering. I am proficient in Pro Tools, FL Studio. Also, I've been working in Ableton, and people are trying to help me with Logic. However,
Yeah.
that is my main thing. So a little bit of backstory on that. So my final project for school was a documentary that I did, and I did a documentary on the tri-state crump movement. So that includes New York, that included Pennsylvania, and of course New Jersey. So that was my main focus. So I did all of the editing, I did all of the sound designing, I did all of the engineering for that as well. And so I have produced some tracks, as you know. So me and Monster have it. We are a duo. We call ourselves Street Disciples. So
Uh,
our first album that we put together was called The Monster and the Animal. We put that out, I believe, in 2022. And our headline track from that album is called Baseline Bear.
mm,
And I'm always so proud of that track because of how much we have really, it's traveled,
yeah.
and it really gave us a lot. Actually, I have it queued up for you right here.
Hey,
So
let me hear something. Barely, honestly, barely. It's barely coming through. I can't really hear it, honestly.
no problem. I'll just send it to you real quick.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me. But if I could, I dabble in production as well. I got an MPC one behind me, and I got an MPK right here. I produce off of Reason, and I'm familiar with Logic. You know what I'm saying? I know you said
Right.
FL. A lot of my friends use FL, so I'm definitely going to try to link with you on a production tip, see if we can make something happen there as well. I've always wanted to make crump music, but maybe if I sit with you and consult with you, I can figure it out.
I will say this: before coming to me, link up with Monster Havoc. Monster Havoc is my teacher. He's the one that's been teaching me how to make crump music, and he is absolutely filthy with it. He is crazy.
Yeah.
And so, weirdly enough, if it wasn't for him, I actually would have been able to pass school, because he taught me enough to make tracks to get through school. So
Wow.
I always show my brother love no matter what happens, no matter what, because he really helped me get through school, and it really helped me take, the lid off of being a composer, a songwriter, a producer, especially for Crump. That track Baseline Bear, we actually just, one of my boys was in North Carolina, and that's when he told me like, yo, bro, people using your track down here. I'm like, you
Wow.
lying? So he sent me the footage, and I was like, "Yo, they really playing our track down there."
How does that feel as an artist? One day you're in your room, you get an idea, you put the sounds together, you think it's knocking, you know you got something, but then one day someone calls you, yo, they playing your shit in Carolina. How's that feel?
It puts a smile on my face,
Yeah.
because the goal of a crump producer is for everybody to feel so juiced up off your track that they want to get off. They gotta have that track. They're like, yo, who made this track? Who did this? We need to know what happened. Like, I need to get that track. It's like I don't even care about the money aspect. I just love the fact that somebody said, yo, we feeling your shit, bro. I want to get off on this track. I want to dance to this track. What else are you working on? Can you send me, your next project? I'm like, no problem. Just I'll let you know when it's done, and I would love for you to to play it in other places.
Now, if I could, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Bandcamp, but I would like to know, where can we find your music?
So the official Bandcamp is under Monster Havoc, but we go by Street Cycles. So anytime you see a Street Cycles production, that is going to be under Monster Havoc. That's going to be where you see me and him, because we work as a duo. We're not solo. Malcolm has been solo for quite some time, but Street Cycles, we are a duo project. So anytime you see me, you always see Street Cycles.
Hey, that's so all right. So to talk more about your production, were you producing at all before you started dancing?
Yes, but more so, it was kind of in the trainee stages. Like, I wasn't really producing that often. And then what ended up happening, which is the most unfortunate thing, my computer had ended up crashing, and I had to get a new computer, and I lost all of my files. So I had to start from scratch. So that means I had to relearn, programs. I had to relearn, how to EQ, how to do everything from Jump Street, BP. I had to really restructure. So I became more efficient in studio engineering. And weirdly enough, I got into dance because it was under the umbrella of music. So I said, if I dance, I can still be in the realm of music. I just never thought that I would be this. I never thought I would be this. Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I never thought I'd be this nice or be this good at it. Because I'm just like, man, I'm really nice with this. I'm actually really dope.
So, are people usually surprised at how good you are based off the size? You hold your weight very well, sir.
Being a 300-pounder, 6'2" African American, yes, they're very surprised, and that's after shedding some weight. So I'm like, so between the arm, between the chest work, and they like, yo, you're really light on your feet sometimes. I'm like, I'm surprised. I'm thinking that, hey, I wear size 13 and a half, size 14 shoe. I'm surprised that you can't hear me coming, but
yeah. Look at the hype. Look at the hype, bro. Just getting him up out of here. And hey, like I said, just to show some respect to Press. I don't know Press. He doesn't know me. I'm not his buddy. I never spoke to him, but I feel like he was a worthy adversary. And if he is somebody, hey, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone in here watching. But what I will say about Press is that, for someone to be trying to merge two styles, that's already something that's pretty dope. And I feel like he was a worthy adversary. I don't think he needs to be mentioning 07 anymore, right? We could just cut that right out. We could just dip that in the bud. You know what I'm saying? And all right. So did you guys shake hands at all after this or not?
Yes, we did. So I pulled him outside, had a conversation with him, because not to put anybody's personal business out there. I told him, hey, this is what I felt. This is what I feel. Are we good? I'm like, yo, no matter what happens, I'm like, yo, we still good afterwards. I just want you to know that at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I feel like that's important. That was one of the biggest things I wanted to know. I'm like, yo, did they shake hands and piece it up? Because it's such a beautiful thing when our subgroup can come together and get beefs handled without any violence happening, whether it's through music, dance, crump, video games, whatever, as long as it doesn't go to another level. So I definitely hold on. I got to share the screen. You're going crazy. Hold up, bro. You just went crazy. Yo, how you move like that, brother? That's crazy, bro.
Hey, look, man. I got two big homies to thank for that. I got my big homie 07, as everybody know, and also my big homie Lionheart, because they have given me so much to work with. And one of the things is that my size, because I have such a a huge stature. Wanting to be light on my feet is something that I never thought that would come about. And as my
Yeah.
mom will tell you one day, she if you ever meet her, she's always said, like, boy, I don't see how you that size and you got the feet of a gazelle. I can never hear you.
Yo, that's so dope. All right, and as we approach the 30-minute mark, there's one other thing I wanted to touch on. So you did mention something about graduating recently, correct?
Yes, sir. Graduated 2023, Bloomfield College.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. And as we close out, hitting the 30-minute mark, I just want to ask, besides New Hype City 5, I hope you're gonna be there. I look forward to popping up there.
Sir,
Besides
I am
New
sir, I am one of the organizers. I am the one helping with the event, and I'm battling at the event. You gonna see me there regardless.
Ooh, I'm definitely going to be in the building. And I just want to shout out to my homie Phantom, my homie L Sirius. Those are the first Crumpers from Jersey that I've known. And through them, I've stumbled upon you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. And
Yes,
but
sir.
what is next for Man
Woo!
Grizzly? What's
So
next?
man, Grizzly. So I have a battle actually coming up in 2 months in Massachusetts called the Bear Cave Mayhem. I'm going up against my homie Dolo, big dude from Massachusetts. So him and we gonna be getting it cracking in August. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we have a street event coming out next month in July, hosted by '07, where we're getting together the Jersey Club, the popping and animation community to kind of come together, do a cipher, and have like a Crump versus everybody kind of thing going on. And like we already said, New Hype City, and also gotta do a shameless plug for him. My big homie Lionheart, he's doing his third anniversary of Ill Street, which is going to be in October in Columbia, South Carolina. So people, if you're in the South Carolina, the DMV area, please go down there, show the man some love. He has been doing Crump for a decade and a half, or close to 16 years. The man deserves his flowers. And I'm just one of his little homies. So so if I'm nice with it, what do you think he is?
Hey, and I don't even know if the people ever seen '07. I'm looking forward to building with Lionheart. Hopefully I could link up with all you guys, get you on a platform. I'm just now learning about Crump. This is my first year even having knowledge of the New Jersey scene. I look forward to interviewing you guys, connecting with you guys, pulling up to events, promoting whatever I could do to shed more light to the community I'm here for. And before we close out, any last thing you want to say to the people? The world is yours.
I know the world is mine. It's just the fact that I'm going to be taking it in a different way. So be on the lookout for a new project that's coming out. Me and Monster have something in store. I'm not going to say what it is. However, I will say this: for all of my video game nerds and for my video game heads in Crump, you will definitely be enjoying this. And also, I'm gonna say this just for anybody who is, looking to understand Crump. Crump is not aggressive. Crump is not about fighting. Crump is not about anything violent. It's about raw emotion, raw expression, and we want you to feel safe in this community, no matter what happens. Whenever you see us, just stop by. If you ever want to just know about the knowledge, you ever want to get some, some tool tutorials, anything of that nature, find us. We here for you. We always show love, no matter what happens. You feel me?
Hey, and with that being said, that's Man Grizzly. I appreciate you for coming up. I'm gonna let you go now. Thank you for giving me some of your time. I'm gonna tap in with you like right after the show, man. Thank you for
Yes,
coming up,
sir.
man. I'm about to appreciate you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you have it, man. SoundCloud.com/chaotic flame, YouTube.com/add nothing left to do but win. This was the Man Grizzly versus Press review / reaction. Look forward to having more Crumpers on the platform. It's nothing left to do but win. Peace.